Alright, hey, what's up everybody? This is a live update in regards to the major winter storm that is heading our way over the next week. There's going to be quite a bit of snow in regards to this, so just keep an eye out on all the different models I'll be showing you throughout this live feed, and then I'm also going to be showing you some of the official forecasts from the National Weather Service, what they're saying compared to what the models are saying. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Before we get to that, I just wanted to make you aware of all different platforms you can subscribe to this channel on. You have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, all those different platforms that you're able to join us on. If you're watching on desktop, scan that QR code and you can hop on into all of our different places on our website to get connected. Alright, let's hop right in, get started with what we're doing. I'm going to move my face over to the other side because that might help you. So this is the Weather Prediction Center. So this is a website you can access, the NWS Weather Prediction Center. This is their forecast for the probability of exceeding 0.25 inches of liquid equivalent of snow sleet. What that means is what we usually measure snow on is a 1 to 10 ratio. So for every inch of rain, we get about 10 inches of snow. That's just the general estimate that we usually have. This shows the chances of us exceeding over 0.2 of an inch of rainfall or moisture accumulation on the ground compared to snow, which would be about 2 to 3 inches, greater than 2 to 3 inches of snow. And right now the chances are relatively high. We have 70 to 90% chances along the line extending from South Bend to Indianapolis, kind of, and then places such as Toledo and Detroit are also included in this as well. And then we also have chances of 30 to 50% extending along the line from Grand Rapids down to Dayton, so this is getting close to the Cedarville area. And then anywhere outside of that, you're reaching all the way down to Cincinnati, up to Milwaukee. Really, the sweet spot of snow we're going to be seeing is right where this forecast is placed by the National Weather Service. A little bit south of Kalamazoo, those counties there, but still, areas surrounding this bright blue region are going to get quite a bit of snow as well, but the heaviest band is going to be along St. Louis, up through Detroit, and then places in between will also be facing quite a bit of heavy snow. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you the models and what their differences are in regards to snow accumulation, because there could be some different snow totals based on which model we're looking at. So we're going to look at where the models project the snow will be and how much snow each model is projecting, so we can get kind of a rough guesstimate, I guess you could say, because again, we're still a few days out, so there's nothing fully confirmed about this system, but it's going to be something that we still need to keep an eye on and closely monitor, because there is a lot of snow in the forecast. All right, let's take a look at our first model, which is the GFS model. The GFS model is right here on pivotalweather.com. You can access this information for yourself as well. But right here, you have this kind of trough that's still lagging over the Great Lakes region as a result of the nor'easter that just moved through the area. Quite a bit of heavy snow off on the New England region. They got a pretty big blizzard, and the pressure center of that storm is similar to a Category 2 hurricane, so just kind of an interesting storm event over there. There might be another one later on, but as we go through this little forecast, pay attention to this 540 line. This 540 line is really a good estimate of where our snow to rain change is going to be. Some places in our region are likely going to see more rain than snow, but they will still see some snow from the system. But depending on where this line sits throughout this time, which is likely going to be more on the south end of the Great Lakes region, is where we're going to see the most snow. So let's progress this a little bit. Next few days are going to be pretty quiet. January 31st, this is the time. Now we're at February 1st, Tuesday. You kind of see the rain starting to develop. We're going to get kind of a ridge building into the southern part of the Great Lakes region, which is going to bring in some rain, which may cause a little bit of snow melt prior to the system. I know there's going to be some snow. There's some snow on the ground here in Kalamazoo, so it's still quite a bit of snow that needs to kind of thaw out and melt. But then we're going to see the increase of snow showers start to accumulate. So this is going to develop on the backside of this ridge. This is right where our front's going to be. Pretty good low pressure system. Lots of moisture fueling in from the Gulf of Mexico this storm. So there's going to be quite a bit of snowfall potential. And it's just going to sit over this one little area. So you're going to have along the line from Detroit all the way down to St. Louis, snow, maybe some ice, freezing rain potential as well, a wintry mix. And this extends all the way back into parts of northern Texas, northern New Mexico, Colorado, Nebraska. Those places are all likely going to see some snow. We'll get to accumulations in just a minute. And then look on the back side of this system. Heavy ice storms starting to develop in Oklahoma. I mean, as we move off to the north and east, really starts to intensify where we're seeing all that. And it looks like a wintry mix could reach even as far down as Cincinnati. So heavy wintry mix with ice and snow. And then it begins to move out around Friday the 4th. So this will start Wednesday, just as forecasted, and then end around February 4th and continue up into places such as the New England states, which have already seen quite a winter wildfire already. On the other side of this, on the southern side, we might see some severe weather. So that'll be an interesting thing to pay attention to, all this thunderstorm activity on the south end. But the moisture is going to start to fall as snow here. And it's just going to start to fall away. Let's get a little bit of a closer look at the regional map. So we're going to go to the Midwest US map to get a better visual of what we're going to be facing. Alright, so let's speed it up to get my little window out here. Alright, it's going to take a second to render, but we'll get a good look at how close this snow is going to start to pull in. Alright, let's have a look. Let's go back to what we're paying attention to. Tuesday, February 1st, around Tuesday evening, rain starts to fall, light rain, and then it'll begin to transition to snow shortly afterwards. And then heavy snow will likely begin around 1 a.m. Wednesday morning in parts of lower Michigan, northwestern Indiana, Illinois, those regions. And then it's likely going to continue to progress north, just along that little spot. It's just going to carry there, kind of stagnate, and just continue to snow nonstop in that little region there. And you have ice down in Indianapolis, parts of areas including Troy, Ohio, potentially even Cleveland perhaps, and then down into Dayton and Cedarville, down into Cincinnati even as well. You could see some wintry mix, maybe some rain. And potentially this could change. Keep in mind that the models are likely going to change multiple times throughout the times I'm forecasting and throughout the times National Weather Service is forecasting. These models, as they keep changing, which recently they've been making a southward trend, which means there could be more wintry type precipitation on the southern end as well. But again, that could change and it could lift for the north. The real question is, how much snow are we going to see and where is it going to fall? We know it's coming, but we just don't know where. So got this nice heavy line of ice and a wintry mix here. And then northern Ohio and northern Indiana are going to see the heaviest snow, while a little bit of lighter snow is going to occur on the lower part of Michigan. And then off to the north, you don't really have much. So maybe some lake effect snow connected to parts of the Upper Peninsula on the backside where that north wind is really starting to filter in. Another thing with this storm is on the backside of it, it's going to be cold. It's going to be very cold. In fact, sub-zero temperatures, sub-zero wind chills. Even parts of Minnesota and Iowa are going to see wind chills in the negative 30s perhaps. So it's going to be very cold indeed. So let's continue to progress this forward. And it really starts, nothing really seems to be appearing on the models after that. And as we get to long range, don't really want to forecast for that. We just know that a big storm is coming through the 4th and 3rd. All right, let's take a look at snow totals real quick. On the 10-to-1 ratio, which is a rather good estimate of what we'll see. The GFS really isn't the strongest model to forecast snow, but it is a good model to forecast where the snow is going to fall. So let's progress to where we get our accumulated snowfall from this storm. We're going to get, so that is the big issue right there. We're concerned about snowfall totals of upwards to 6 inches south of Grand Rapids, all the way up to even 23, 26 inches, 2 feet. The GFS, again, not going to be super reliable with snow totals. I don't think they'll get this high, but I do think it'll be enough to really cause some good travel impacts. But this is a little bit stretching it a little bit. And then getting into parts of Dayton, Greene County, 2 to 4 inches, 3 to 6. But as you head north, it gets really intense. This is where we will likely see the heavy band of snow. And it's going to start to really get consistent with the other models too as we move through the next few days. So that's the GFS model. That's what the GFS model is saying. Real quick, I want to take a look at the potential for cold temperatures behind this system as well. So let's just go to a single image because that's easy to render in regards to this. All right, so that's showing total accumulated snowfall once again. And we already took a look at this. So let's take a look at the temperature wind chill potential from this system here. So this is the wind chill potential that we can see. Let's go to February 5th in the morning because that's actually when we could see the coldest temperatures from this system. All right, so wind chills on the backside could get down to negative 20s, negative teens, even in parts of lower Michigan where the lake still is possibly supporting warmer temperatures, but very cold air mass on the backside of the system that's not really going to help us melt away all this snow. And it's probably going to make the snow even stick around for much longer on the roads, given that salt doesn't really have as much effectiveness in colder weather. All right, so that's what the GFS model is putting out. Let's take a look at the ECMWF because this ECMWF model is a lot more conservative with regards to snow totals, which is good because it can be helpful in giving us a better estimate because the GFS does tend to go a little overboard. All right, so what are they saying is going to happen? Let's go to the time of the snowstorm. Friday around 6 p.m. or 1 p.m. actually, showing the storm pretty much out of the area. But let's look at Friday morning, 1 a.m. Alright, so that's the back edge of the system. It's really going to start to hit Wednesday evening. Let's have a look there. Internet's running a little slow today, unfortunately. Alright, there's the system right there. So you got the system. It's following a very consistent path as the GFS is, but it also projects a lot more snow down to the south end, parts of Ohio, Indiana. It just projects that snow will continue behind this front, so it won't be fully rain in parts of southern Ohio. So I'm going to take a look at that now. Let's go to the end of the storm, which is around Saturday at 1 a.m. Let's get that pulled up here and look at total accumulated snowfall. Let it load real quick. Alright, winter weather. 10-to-1 ratio forecast. It is now presenting a very similar run as compared to the GFS model, which is a lot different than what I would have anticipated, because before it showed snowfall totals as far south as Cincinnati of up to 10 inches. So that's a big difference from the previous model run, and it's following very consistently with the GFS model, which gives me more reason to believe that we could see snowfall totals of these levels down in parts of northern Indiana. Again, this isn't an official forecast because I'm not an official forecaster. NWS has you covered there, but this model and the GFS model are pretty consistent in regards to where we'll see the snow and how much snow we'll see. It's a bit more on the conservative side, as I said before, even up to, but still up to 20 inches in parts of Indiana is very, very impressive for any type of given winter storm. Kalamazoo, 10 inches, 8 to 10 inches. Parts of St. Joe County, 14 inches. Detroit, 13 inches. Cedarville area, not much in terms of snow, 1 to 3 inches, perhaps. You're likely going to see more in terms of ice accumulations, which could cause some travel headaches down there, especially. So, ECMWF and GFS now following a pretty consistent idea of how much snow is going to accumulate. So, let's take a look at ice accumulations, because I'm pretty sure that's not really... Yeah, Cedarville, your real threat here is ice. And this amount of ice accumulation is just pretty crazy. So you have 1.5 inches. I don't think it'll get that high. Again, I told you the GFS is pretty liberal in regards to how much they put out on these different systems. But again, a lot of ice if you're in parts of Dayton, Springfield, Cedarville, Cincinnati, even southern parts of Indiana. Really, you're going to see ice from this, and on the north end, you're going to see more snow. So, a lot to keep watch on in regards to this system across the Great Lakes region. So, make sure you are connected on all different platforms. As a reminder, you can visit the website. It's captainchemistry.wixsite.com/Great Lakes Weather. You can go over there and you can get connected on the different platforms. And also, if you live in Cedarville, text GLWCU at GLWCU to 81010 to get connected onto the get on the text notification system. Southwest Michigan, GLWSWMI with the @ symbol first to 81010 as well. And that will be another way you can keep connected with us. All right. That's pretty much all that's really available in regards to data right now. At least there are other models we could show, but the GFS and ECMWF models are pretty much in line here. So I think those are some pretty reliable models we can base our forecast off of. Again, refer to the National Weather Service for official forecasts, but their forecasts are similar to what the models are putting out as well. So you kind of see a progression of more snow and sleet potential for Ohio and parts of Cleveland on Friday as well. So, and then it starts to really clear on Saturday. So, a lot to be aware of. Be careful in regards to the system. Make sure you have a prep plan in place. If you have to travel, have some resources in your vehicle in case you happen to slide off, like food, water, maybe a blanket. It's going to be kind of cold. So, keep that in mind. if you don't have to travel during the storm, it would be most advised not to do so. So stay safe out there, and make sure to comment or send me a message with any questions you may have regarding the system. And go back in different parts of the live video if you missed something, because I go through all of it in detail right in this video. So make sure you do that. All right. Good luck to you all. Safe travels, and I will see you all later.